Hello everyone, my name is Duncan Fuller with EB-5 United, and today I'm back here in Uvalde, Texas at our Texas Infrastructure Holdings project, doing a full site construction update and touring some investors around. Right here is about 67 loads of rail, which runs all the way down this way, which represents about half of the rail that will be laid here. You can see all of the heavy equipment behind me. There's a massive crew on site. They're working nearly 7 days a week, almost 24 hours a day, prepping all of the rail loop, the roadways, in advance of Turnkey Processing Solutions, who's the general contractor, coming out here to the site and starting the vertical construction phase of the plant. We just went and toured around the entire project. There's an immense amount of progress that's taken place since I was here last in November. So looking forward to showing you what's underway and all of the upcoming milestones. Gene, I mean, your guys' team has worked almost around the clock since we've been out here in November, and the site looks incredible. Can you give us just kind of a brief overview of what has been accomplished recently, but also just leading up to Turnkey Processing Solutions getting out here? What are kind of the next major milestones?
Yeah, well, we're really close to that now, but we originally came out and started the roads. That's the key, and you don't want your equipment getting stuck when you get to mobilize all this stuff to get out here and start this huge project. So that was first. Now we're doing the track system. We got to do the compaction test and keep all the rock in the areas where it needs to be for a straight level track throughout the whole project. And at the moment, we're concentrating our efforts on the two switches that connects us to the world right here. And really, there's nothing holding up TPS at all. They have a couple of crushers that are about 8 weeks out that are being built in giant factories to be brought out here. And that's the only thing holding them up. Other than that, they would be here right now, but they should be here by April 1st.
And so in advance of that, obviously there's, 65, 67 loads of rail that are on site. You guys will start to get that rail out, all this ballast material, the base material, the compaction throughout the entire project site in advance of that?
Exactly. The dirt work and the prep to put the rail on takes more time than the rail itself. All these large stacks of white rock you see around us, that will be rolled and compacted to lay the rail on. And that has to be done in layers for compaction tests and all that to make sure that the track is stable forever. And that's what takes the time. The track itself goes up very quickly.
Just about 50 feet this way in front of us is where the actual switch gear, which will take the trains off of the Del Rio line and bring them onto the project site. So that goes in April or March?
Yes. Yeah. Or possibly sooner.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you guys will start to just lay the track then throughout the site.
Exactly.
So when we were here on November 14th last time, none of this, what you see behind me, had started yet. This is the lower rail loop, which will actually take trains off of the Del Rio track and bring them down through here to get loaded in the automated system. Behind me, the blasting crews are preparing to actually blast a high section in the rail line. They'll do a cut and fill and move some of that material from the higher elevations down to lower elevations. This rail loop is supposed to be online by hopefully mid to late June. And we'll actually be able to start seeing trains come through here. So there's just been an unbelievable amount of progress since November.
It's a mega mine, which is really rare for anyone to build except the very largest aggregate companies. And so here we are. This is our lower loop, and we're going to start the process of cut and fill right here and get the track rolling. And our upper plant is to the north loop where the Edwards limestone is, and that's the main reason we're here, because the Edwards limestone makes great concrete rock. We also have 80 million tons of gravel, which is a really superior rock to use for high-end applications. And then we have our base rock, which is Buddha, and that's this stuff here. And it makes the base for roads, highways, county roads, all sorts of stuff. And we have multiple types of rock here, and that's why we're here. We have a total of about maybe 3 billion tons. We've cored out about 2.4 billion, but it's a total of about 3 billion tons. At Houston price, the gross for that today would be like 140, 150 billion dollars. It's a very large amount. It's a 100 or 200 year plus mine. And that's why we're here.
This is the main aggregate plant. You'll remember back in November, there were 10 or 15 very large piles sitting out here. Since that point, all of this material has been used as road base in preparation for the rail loop. And so it's a unique situation to be able to produce all this material on your own project site.
This is our beginning of our Edwards limestone. We just blasted it, so it's a little ugly, but it's 500 feet thick. This particular mountain we own is about 3.5 miles long. This particular stretch of limestone is 1.4 billion tons in this one reserve, just on this one mountain. And it's used for sidewalks, streets, buildings, bridges, the seawall in Houston. It's used for all sorts of concrete products, and even also some applications for asphalt. But we're going to center our attention on the concrete. You can also make the cement powder from this as well. And that's our longer term plan, is to have a cement plant out here as well, and actually make the cement to go with it. So, and it's a lot of rock.
So Jim, we were just up at the Oakley Hill, right, where a majority of the material will come out of. How does that material get from there up to here? And this will be the site of the plant, correct?
Exactly. Okay, there's going to be a conveyor running from here to the hill. They're going to mine it with large loaders. They blast it, mine it over there, crunch it into large chunks that are manageable for the belt. That's the belt on the conveyor. It goes on the conveyor, comes to this plant. It never gets touched by a loader or anything again. It gets split up into several different sections, huge surge bins and piles after it goes through crushers, gives it the different sizes for all the different products you want to sell. And then from right here is where it's going to be loaded onto a train. There'll be large bins overhead, and it dumps into the train cars, the product you want to move that day. The train goes around to the straightaway, out to the front, which is the main line rail to Houston.